day, thousands of young people now know how they did. The number of top grades has dipped for the 4th year in a row, but overall pass rates rose. Let's get some careers advice now from Angela Middleton, who is an award-winning training and recruitment consultant who previously worked for BP and Barclays. Thank you for coming in. A difficult day at times. Some people delighted. Other people's might be in the depths of despair. What would you say at this stage for those who might be thinking this has not gone the way I wanted it to do?
Well, I think, you know, it's probably easy for us to say it in hindsight, being that bit older, but, you know, the key thing is not to panic because there's so many opportunities for young people, and a university route is only one of them. So, you know, and there's a sort of whole series of steps that they really should take at this point if indeed it's not gone quite as they want. Yeah,
your company now, you work with people to try and find them jobs.
We do.
Do you say to them, you know, a degree isn't the be and end all of things?
I mean, you know, we're very pro-university as well, but my business works in London and in Kent, and we've got a number of offices around the place, and we take 16 to 18-year-olds into the business who maybe are on the back foot. You know, they've not been able to find a job, or maybe they've had one, but it didn't last very long. It wasn't what they wanted to do. And so they come in and work with us for quite an intense period of time for about 6 weeks, and we guarantee them at the beginning that as long as they follow the techniques that we suggest, that they will definitely get a job. And it won't just be any job, it will be a start of a career. And often they don't believe it, and yet we have phenomenal success, almost 100%. And, you know, these techniques work. We've been doing it now since 2011. We place almost 100 people every 6 or 7 weeks into a variety of different businesses, and normally it's where the jobs haven't been advertised, and because we've got so many relationships with employers, we can sort of tap into what we call hidden jobs market. There are lots of opportunities out there, but sometimes they're just not advertised.
Yeah, I think a lot of people might only have a certain variety of jobs that they think they can do, and they're not aware of the huge amount of work that's out there.
So one of the things that we do with young people, first of all, is to actually we have some fun with them, because to get them to start to visualise, and a lot of them have not practiced visualisation before, but that's them sort of just trying to sort of imagine themselves in maybe 10 years' time, and to think about everything from, you know, what they look like, where they live, how they get to work, what they're actually doing at work, are they inside, outside, where they go on holiday, what car do they drive, and really try to visualise a picture of themselves that they actually like. And we can have fun with it, because they can sort of, if they don't like what they see, they can sort of change it at this point. Once they're really, really clear on that, we then can start to bring them back to where they are now, and say, OK, so for example, you said that you want that type of house. Well, how much did you pay for it? What was the mortgage? What was the deposit? So therefore, what job were you doing, and how much were your monthly payments? And they start to then realise, well, hang on a minute, that's really possible. And then they're sort of really compelled and motivated to actually achieve that vision. That's when we start to talk to them then about how to go about it. And the sorts of techniques that I can tell you about, you know, the ones that we use then for them to be ready. We talk about packaging themselves up before they actually present themselves to what we call the audience, which are the employers.
Yeah, really interesting kind of step-by-step process there. Is that what you've kind of put into a book? I know you've got a book out at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. There's sort of three main parts of it, really, and in the book what I've tried to do is all of these tools and techniques that do work, I've encapsulated them into about 100 tips, hints and tips, and sort of an action plan that young people can follow. You know, we only work in London and in Kent at this point, and I wanted to spread that around, you know, all of the UK, because we find it so easy. And it's about, first of all, getting the right mindset, being very positive, and choosing a niche that you really think you're going to thrive in. And once you've done that, to then start to think, OK, well, who's the audience? Who are the main players? Who are the main employers in that particular field that I would like to work for? So that's who we term the audience. Once we've identified that, we have a sort of a target market. We then talk to the youngsters about packaging themselves up. So many times they think it's just about their CV, but that's only a tiny part of it. Because really, when they're young, they haven't really got, you know, much to put on a CV, to be honest. So it's about packaging themselves up in terms of how they present themselves, their presentation skills, their mannerisms, their email address, their profiles, what they've got on Facebook, all of that. Package themselves up, and then they can start sending out applications, because very often they randomly send out applications, too many of them, and become disheartened.
Really useful advice. Angela Middleton, thank you for joining us this lunchtime.
Thank you.